Israel is forcibly starving Palestinians in Gaza. The numbers are horrifying. More than 156 Palestinians have already died of starvation, including at least 89 children. The youngest, Muhammad Ibrahim Adas, lived only 5 days before dying of hunger on July 27th. And this is just the beginning. The Integrated Food Security Phase classification now confirms most of Gaza has crossed the threshold into famine, warning explicitly that, and I quote, "the worst-case scenario is now unfolding," end quote. But Israel denies any intentional starvation, spreading two main myths. First, they claim that Hamas steals humanitarian aid meant for civilians. Israel repeatedly asserts that Hamas routinely loots and diverts aid. Yet a New York Times report revealed that senior Israeli military officials told the paper that they have found no evidence that Hamas steals aid. That internal conclusion aligns with USAID analysis, which similarly found no proof of systematic diversion of U.S. aid. In an interview with Democracy Now!, retired U.S. Green Beret Anthony Aguilar, who was subcontracted by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, revealed Israeli forces intentionally turned aid distribution centers into deadly bottlenecks, forcing a population of over 2 million to flock to a total of 4 aid distribution sites, which are never all operational at once, and are all located in active battle zones. For reference, before the GHF was imposed to replace the UN, there were hundreds of aid distribution sites in Gaza. Under the direction of the Israeli military, security contractors have killed over 1,000 aid seekers. His words were clear: these sites didn't become traps, they were designed that way. This is all part of an escalating and intentional Israeli strategy that weaponizes hunger by blocking, manipulating, or restricting aid to civilians, and then uses aid distribution as traps to kill and maim aid seekers. Second, Israel claims it allows aid into Gaza. Again, reality contradicts this. Israel has systematically dismantled Gaza's aid infrastructure. It forced major relief organizations and the UN out, deliberately targeted international and local aid workers, and blocked critical resources like water and fuel, leaving delivered food virtually useless. The current Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, explicitly stated, and I quote, "Israel's policy is clear. No humanitarian aid will enter Gaza," end quote. It is a continuation of his predecessor, Yoav Gallant, who claimed Palestinians are human animals and vowed that there will, and I quote, "there will be no electricity, no food, no fuel," end quote, on October 9th, 2023. In light of international condemnation, why is Israel implementing such extreme measures? The starvation isn't accidental, it's strategic. Israeli politicians discuss this with a level of frankness that is typically reserved for its domestic audience. For example, Katz himself says starvation is essential as, and I quote, "one of the main pressure levers," end quote, against Palestinians. Despite Israel's propaganda, evidence from their own leaders' statements and their actions prove this forced starvation of Gaza is intentional, it's strategic, and it's designed as a tool of genocide.